Someone waits for me.
This is Ken Carpenter. Welcome you to the Bing Crosby Show for Chesterfield, produced and transcribed in San Francisco with John Scott Trotter and his orchestra, Judd Collins with the Bears and Bing's guests, the Cass County Boys and Burl Ives. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Marine Memorial Auditorium, we present Bing Crosby.
Thank you. Thank you, Ken. Say, isn't it nice, Ken, to be up here again in San Francisco, huh?
It's just wonderful, Bing. By the way, what kind of a reception did you get when you arrived in
What
town
do you mean,
this
reception?
morning?
Reception?
Yes.
Oh, the same I always get. The bus driver shook me and said, "Here we are, put on your shoes and get off." So I got off. I limped painfully over to the auditorium here.
What do you mean you limped over here?
I was a little sleepy. I put my shoes on the wrong feet.
Say, what were you doing on a bus? According to the pictures I've been seeing in the papers lately, you're a railroad man.
Oh, you saw that?
Yes,
huh?
I did.
I'm an honorary engineer, folks, of the Erie Railroad.
Hmm?
Those pictures, I look like a real hoghead, don't I?
Well, yes, but I'd be the last to mention it.
Hoghead, Ken, in railroad parlance, is engineer, means engineer.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
I didn't
hoghead.
know that.
Takes
Well-
the mallee over the grade.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, whatever it is, you look very authentic in that engineer's cap with that bandana around your neck and
I'm
that
a trooper, you know.
Hamilton watch
Yes.
dangling from your pocket.
Do I look like I know what time it is?
Yes, you do at that.
Yeah.
But what's the idea of the Erie Railroad making you an honorary engineer?
Well,
Bing?
Ken, this is the 100th anniversary of the railroad, and this week they reenacted the original run, which was made in 1851.
Oh, I see.
That original run in 1851, Ken, was a real gasser. I want to tell you the passengers on the train included Millard Fillmore, President of the United States, and the brilliant orator Daniel Webster. Of course, in those days he was Secretary of State.
Gee, President Fillmore and Daniel Webster.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get to meet them, Bing?
It's silly, Ken. I didn't even make the trip.
Well, why not?
I was playing one-nighters with Whiteman in those days.
Bing, I still
Just
can't
as rough, too.
I still can't understand why the Erie Railroad should make you an engineer.
That's simple, Ken. When I was a young man, I was practically the Casey Jones of the Northwest.
Oh?
I worked on a little railroad up there that ran through the apple country.
Interesting.
It was called the Spokane, Yakima, Wenatchee, and Delicious Railroad.
Now, look, I've heard of a streetcar named Desire, but I never heard of a railroad named Delicious.
Well, you just did, buddy. I was a big man on that railroad, Ken. I worked on a milk train.
Oh, you the engineer on the milk train?
Combination brakeman and milker.
Oh. Combination brakeman and milker?
Yeah, instead of carrying a lantern, I carried a bucket.
Golly, from a milker on a little old milk train to honorary engineer on the Erie Railroad, that's really going places.
Just my lucky week.
Yes, it is.
Ken, if you think being an honorary engineer is something, wait till you hear what else happened to me.
You mean there's more?
Darn tootin', this happens to be Irish Linen Week.
No.
Yes, sir. The Irish linen people have made
Bing,
me...
you don't mean...
The Irish linen people have made me an honorary tea towel. I'm Mr. Glasscloth of 1951.
Glasscloth?
Yeah.
Well, Bing, you're a big man.
Yeah.
I should think they could at least have made you an honorary tablecloth.
Oh, I wouldn't complain about it. You know what they wanted to do first? They want to make me just a doily.
Just a little antimacassar.
Yes,
huh?
I could use one for my head.
You could.
Anyhow, Ken, I think we better get on to the opening selection here. We've gabbed enough. In this instance, the opening selection happens to be a very sprightly thing. It has been scored for lute, flageolet, and spinet by John Trotter. I play the tea towel. John, you ready? I fell in love with you first time I looked into them, their eyes. You got a certain little cute way of flirting with them, their eyes. They make me feel so happy, they make me feel blue. No stalling, I'm falling, going in a big way for sweet little you. My heart is jumping, you sure started something with them, their eyes. You'd better watch 'em if you're wise, you're killing these guys. They sparkle, they bubble, they're gonna get you in a whole peck of trouble. You're overworking them, there's danger lurking in them, their eyes.
I fell in love with you first time I looked into them, their eyes. You've got a certain little cute way of flirting with with them there eyes. Ba-ba-ba-boom. They make me feel so happy. They make me blue. No stalling, no falling, going in a great big way for you.
My heart is jumping and your shoe started something with
them there
eyes. Oh, you better watch 'em if you're wise. Oh, they sparkle and they bubble. They're going to get you in a whole pack of trouble. You're overworking them, there's danger lurking in them. Them there eyes.
Bing and Ken. That was as merry as the month of May itself.
You think so? Well,
think
Ken,
so.
let's forget them their eyes now and get to selling them their milder Chesterfield. Now, folks, I'd like to present three handsome lads here from Texas. These boys are known as the Cass County boys. They're all dressed up in their western finery. Kind of cut me tonight, didn't you, man?
Yeah, no pictures. No pictures.
Well, they're really loaded. These singing instrumentalists have just finished a big season at the Rogers Ranch Club in Palm Springs. But you folks probably know them best for their work with Gene Autry on the radio and on his records. And here they are, the Cass County boys. Fellas, move right in there now and get set at the microphone and let the folks know who you are.
I'm Jerry Scoggins. I hold a guitar, Bing.
Go, hold it. You better beat it a little, too, tonight, boy.
I'm Bert Dodson, bass.
Yes, sir, Bert.
And I'm Freddie Martin, accordion.
Freddie Martin. Say, you the Freddie Martin that has the orchestra?
No, I'm the Freddie Martin that has the accordion.
I'm just checking. What are you fellas going to sing for us tonight?
Thought we might do that old tune, the Old Chisholm Trail,
Oh,
Bing.
the old Chisholm Trail. I remember the old Chisholm Trail. Fact is, I drove many a long horn steer from the Rio Grande Valley up to Abilene, Kansas. Yes, I did, before they put the railroad in.
That was a pretty rough trip, wasn't it, old-timer?
Oh, it sure was. Dusty, too. Of course, I was Mr. Dustcloth then. Let's have that Chisholm Trail, boy.
Well, come along, boys, and listen to my tale. I'll tell you all my troubles on the old Chisholm Trail. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay, yippee-yay. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay. I started up the trail October 23rd. Started up the trail with the two you heard. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay, yippee-yay. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay. Woke up one morning on the old Chisholm Trail, a rope in my hand and a cow by the tail. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay, yippee-yay. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay. Stray in the herd, the boss said kill it.
I hit him on the rump with the handle of a skillet.
Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay, yippee-yay. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay. Cloudy in the west, looking like rain.
I darned old slickers in the wagon again.
Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay, yippee-yay. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay. Going back to town to draw my money, going back home to see my honey. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay, yippee-yay. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay. With my knees in the saddle and my seat in the sky, I'll quit bunching cows in the sweet by and by. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay, yippee-yay. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay.
Very good, boys. Oh, Cass County should be proud of you fellas. You really can sing them songs. While you're singing, I was just... See old Johnny Wayne? I could just see him riding up the Chisholm Trail, thinking how nice it was to be out there in the wide open spaces and #1 at the box office. And I like the way, I heard you do roving kind down there at the Rogers Ranch Club. I like the way you do it. You think we could have a go at it? You and me, too, that old sea chanty, the roving kind?
Okay, Bing, we'll run out and change into our sailor suits and be right with you.
Oh, don't change the wardrobe. This is radio. No one will ever know what you're wearing. Come on, me lads, avast now. Keel haul your rigging, cast off, John. We're ready. She had a dark and a roving eye, and her hair hung down in ringlets. She She was a nice girl, a proper girl, but one of the roving kind. Well, as I cruised out one evening upon a night's career, I spied a lofty clipper ship, and to her I did steer. I hoisted out my signals, which she so quickly knew, and when again I smiled at her, she immediately hove to. She had a dark and a roving eye, and her hair hung down in ringlets. She was a nice girl, a proper girl, but one of the roving kind. Oh, pardon me, she says to me, for being out so late. But if my parents heard of this, sad would be my fate. My father is in politics, a good and righteous man. My mother tends our humble home, I help her all I can. He took her for some fishing ships and treated her so fine, and hardly did he realize she was the roving kind. I kissed her lips, I missed her lips, found to my surprise she was nothing but a pirate ship rigged up in a disguise. She had a dark and a roving eye, and her hair hung down in ringlets. She was a nice girl, a proper girl, but one of the roving kind. So come all ye good sailor men who sail the wintry sea, and come all ye apprentice lads, a warning take from me. Beware of lofty clipper ships, they'll be the ruin of you. For 'twas there she made me walk the plank and pushed me under too. She had a dark and a roving eye, and her hair hung down in ringlets. She was a nice girl, a proper girl, but one of the roving kind. Ever-loving roving kind. One of the roving kind. Leg it, boys, it's the shore patrol, come on. Thank you, Cass County boys. Very fun. Real nautical. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure now to present the Wayfaring Stranger, our most authentic delineator of American folk songs, the bearded bard of balladdom, Mr. Burl Ives.
Thanks, Bing.
Hi, Burl.
Fine.
You remember where it was the last time I saw you?
Yeah.
Oh, Paris.
Yeah,
remember?
in Paris.
Bumped
That's
into you
right.
on the street last summer.
Uh-huh.
Gosh, it seems only like yesterday. You and I were standing there on the Champs-Élysées. Remember? We were
Yeah.
standing there admiring the architecture.
Yeah. There's some of the finest architecture in the world walking up down that street.
All basic stuff. Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
so much for architecture.
Say, Bing, did you ever learn to speak French while you're over there?
Oh, a little. I parlay the patois some, Burl, but actually you don't have to speak French in Paris. The French are so understanding, so helpful. You sit down at a sidewalk cafe, and if you look hungry, the waiter brings you food. If you look thirsty, he brings you something to drink. And if you look at the girl at the next table, he introduces you.
Gee, like a darn fool, I always sat down and just looked hungry.
Well, you go back again.
I hope so.
You got a song for us, Burl?
Yeah, I have, Bing. Do you think the folks would like to hear On Top of Old Smoky?
Well, I know I would, and it's certainly a big song. Just take your best shot, Burl.
On top of Old Smoky, all covered with snow, I lost my true lover from a courting too slow. On top of Old Smoky, I went there to weep. A false-hearted lover is worse than a thief. For a thief he will rob you and take what you hate. But a false-hearted lover will send you to your grave. She'll hug you and kiss you and tell you more lies than the cross ties on the railroad or the stars in the skies. On top of Old Smoky, all covered with snow, I lost my true lover from a courting to slow.
Nobody sings in like you, boy.
Well, thank you, Bing. Thank you.
Say, you got something else for us?
Yeah. How about you and me singing The Little White Duck, Bing?
The song you made the recording of.
Yeah,
I heard it.
yeah,
Very
that's
good.
right.
Sure.
I'll tell you what. I'll start it,
All
Bing,
right.
and I'll be the little white duck, and you be the little green frog. What do you say?
Nice casting. I jump at the chance. Start it off, Burl.
What do you mean?
There's a little white duck sitting in the water, a little white duck doing what he oughter. He took a bite of a lily pad, flapped his wings, and he said, I'm glad I'm a little white duck sitting in the water. Quack, quack, quack.
There's a little green frog swimming in the water, a little green frog doing what he oughter. He jumped right off of the lily pad that the little duck bit, and he said, I'm glad I'm a little green frog swimming in the water. Galump, galump, galump. Should fly Mel Blanc in.
There's a little black bug floating on the water, a little black bug a-doing what he oughter. He tickled a frog on the lily pad that the little duck bit, and he said, I'm glad I'm a little black bug a-floating on the water. Chirp, chirp.
There's a little red snake lying in the water, a little red snake doing what he oughter. He frightened the duck and the frog so bad, he ate the little bug, and he said, I'm glad I'm a little red snake lying in the water.
Now there's nobody left a-sitting in the water,
And nobody left doing what he oughter.
there's nothing left but the lily pad.
The duck and the frog ran away. It's sad that there's nobody left sitting in the water. Boo, hoo, hoo. Do you think I was too precious in that hour? But thank you, Burl. That was wonderful. I get a big kick out of working with you. And that ends our sad tale, folks. But if the Cass County boys and the Rhythmaires will gather around, I'd like to have a go here at an old song that has enjoyed a healthy revival recently. It's called Across the Wide Missouri. While we were at rehearsal, Brother Ives told me an interesting fact about this song. He said it was originally a sea chanty. But I guess the Covered Wagon boys coming across country in 49, they worked out a lyric to suit the environment they were in. Anyhow, here's the way it goes now. My true love stands across the river, far across the rolling river. On the bank I hear her calling, away, we're bound away,
Missouri. A roll-a-roll-a-ree across the wide Missouri. A roll-a-roll-a-ree across the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you far across the rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I'll not deceive you. Away, we're bound away across the wide Missouri. A roll-a-roll-a-ree across the wide Missouri. A roll-a-roll-a-ree across the wide Missouri. For 7 years I've been a rover, far across the rolling river. But I'll return and be your lover. Away, we're bound away across the wide Missouri. A roll-a-roll-a-ree across the wide Missouri. A roll-a-roll-a-ree across the wide Missouri.
I'd like to do a little ballad entitled Only One Cigarette, Chesterfield, gives you mildness plus no unpleasant aftertaste.
Say, I like that title, Ken. It's a bit short, a little brief, a little terse, but it's catchy. How's it go? From the Fred Astaire picture, Royal Wedding, is one of the ballads written by Alan Lerner, Nancy Olsen's husband, and Burton Lane. Too late now to forget your smile, the way we cling when we danced a while. Too late now to forget and go on to someone new. Too late now to forget your voice, the way one word makes my heart rejoice. Too late now to imagine myself away from you. All the things we've done together I relive when we're apart. All the tender fun together stays on in my heart. How could I ever close the door and be the same as I was before? Darling, no, I can't anymore. It's too late now. How could I ever close the door and be the same as I was before?
Darling, no, no, I can't anymore. It's too late now.
Now, my thanks to Burl, Ives, and to the Cass County boys for joining us in San Francisco this evening.
Who's going to be with you next week, Bing?
Oh, next week, Burl, our guest will be Miss Teresa Brewer. She's a very cute little girl, has a lively way with a song. And we also got Louis Armstrong and Jack Teagarden. A very, very substantial cast, I think, Burl. Should be jolly. How about going out and getting a little something to eat, Burl? I know a very good French restaurant up the street here, the Paris Louvre.
Oh, a French restaurant?
Yes. Now, remember, if you look hungry, they'll bring you food. And if you look thirsty, they'll bring you a drink.
Well, what happens if I look at the girl at the next table, Bing?
Nothing. It's the boss's wife. I'll see you next week for Chesterfield, folks.
The Bing Crosby Show, presented by Chesterfield, was produced and transcribed in San Francisco by Bill Morrow and Myrtle McKenzie. Tune in next week and hear Bing and his guests, Louis Armstrong, Jack Teagarden, and Miss Teresa Brewer.